Lamely, welcome back to Lameville on City Skylines, and yeah, we're just going on a little bit of a visual tour through the city again, because that's apparently a thing we do. But apparently, it's moving slowly. I think the city is growing to a size where my computer is struggling a little bit, but we'll keep growing it, and eventually, I will, upgrade the computer to handle it, despite the fact it's supposed to be a gaming rig. Let's come out of this magnificence, and we'll go to the task of the day, which is we're going to this whole area here. I don't know why it's doing that. Come out of the cinematic camera. There we go. Right, it likes me again. Right, we are going to this whole area between the train line this side and the highway this side. We're going to use to meet our housing, commercial and industrial demands, because they are getting quite big. However, before we get into that, just to catch you up on where we're at, the city is now at 43,500. The next target is at 48, which we should reach very quickly, I'm not going to lie. I have added a couple of areas just because I was playing with traffic and trying to move some stuff around, because there was a big old traffic problem. So well, first I started clearing up the river, because that'd be nice. But also I had a couple of housing areas. So we've got this area here, Barlow Hills has come in, which, it looks okay. We're making a lot of money, by the way, 76,000 at the moment per week, which should be good for this build. There's a fire happening there, which I hope I gave them fire coverage. I'm pretty certain I gave them fire coverage. Maybe no fire coverage down here. Okay, well, you can have fire coverage there, and then that should keep everyone reasonably happy. Hopefully they'll get out and they'll take care of that fire. Right, let's get out of that. We also, I don't know if I showed you this last episode or not, but I put a housing district in here, which they're either going to love or hate living in, but it gives me some workers to come and work in this oil area. There is a traffic problem forming, but I will take care of that in due course, because it's not got horrendous just yet. Also, the farm area up here, in the Lake District, the Underhill Fields has hit 5 stars. We are making a lot of money from that. We haven't even got flour and the animal products and stuff going up properly yet, so that's going to be quite nice. And actually, because we have such a high housing demand, while I think about it, or sorry, such a high industrial demand while I think about it, because I can't fit anything else into this space, we'll just put some more, some standard issue industrial, and that should give me farm-based industrial buildings anyway, because it is zoned as a farm area. So hopefully that will do something good for us if it all clicks in, and it won't hurt our traffic too badly, because I spent literally 4 hours last night fixing the traffic, because it had got quite horrendous, as I'm sure you can imagine. If this doesn't work, the stuff on the roundabout, we'll just take it out, but for now we'll keep it in just to give us a bit of a boost and take care of some of that demand. We'll put these there as well, why not? This will either end up badly or well for traffic. You can also see I put in some public transport. There's some metros in. I put a couple of train stations down, just because I felt like we needed some access to the outside world. That should hopefully start filling up fairly quickly. Right, the task at hand. The task at hand is this area here, right up between this end of the highway, this highway here, the long highway through the centre, and the train line. And I want to kind of turn it into a whole housing / shopping / sort of downtown area. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to zone it up, and probably use a slightly bigger zoning brush than that, just so we know what we're doing. I'll probably try using the one that actually zones rather than the one that removes zones. Right, we're going to paint a district here. I will make it tidy eventually, because it will become important. We're not going to build that close to the highway anyway, so let's not stress too much just yet. So we're just going to go up here and down here, and yeah, this is going to be kind of the big old project room. And this area is approximately a square or 2/3 of a square. It's quite a big area in terms of starting area. I mean, this is literally building an entire city pretty much in a single episode. I'm not going to do the whole thing on camera, because we will be here all day. I'm just going to kind of show you how we're going to get started with it, and then go away, fill it in, and come back, and we'll do the rest. So I'm going to use the 4-lane roads with trees as a kind of starting point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and bridge the highway as best I can. We're going to use those bridges to get people across, because that's going to be kind of step one, is getting people into the area, or giving people the ability to get between the areas. So if we build a little highway bridge just across there, that should give us a way in from here. I'm using the four-way roads because I'm not intending to connect it to the end of junctions. I might have to here, but I'm not intending to connect it to the end of junctions. So I just need to be able to distribute people left and right. That's kind of the idea. Here is going to be slightly trickier, but hopefully I can get a bridge in over there maybe. It's a slope too steep. I don't understand how it can be. We'll try and get it into the industrial area there. That will be a nice place to build into. And there's probably a way I can just connect a bridge up to this bridge here, which shouldn't be too issue. Hopefully, let's try building it from that side. We'll just go right into the bridge. No? Because that area is raised over the train line, isn't it? Smart. Let's go up a bit. We'll build a kind of spaghetti network of things. So if we go to there, yep, that will work nicely. And then connect into the bridge. I mean, it's untidy, but we'll make it work. We'll make that work. That will work for us. So that's going to be kind of our foundation, and then we're going to try and bring that down as close as we can to the end, which hopefully is there, and hopefully that won't be too awful slope-wise, but we'll see how that goes in a second. We're going to need to go along more because it's a massive bridge. Come on. There we go. Nope, there we are. And obviously I will connect them up on the other side, but I just need to have some building guidelines really, because as you can imagine, with a build like this, we're going to build a whole massive area in. They need to be able to get into the main areas of the city to be able to work and live and things. So yeah, that's going to be important. We're going to put that there. We're going to lose an industrial thing, but that's not going to be too bad. And hopefully this end here, I will bring it into that junction, even though it's not ideal. Again, we're going to lose a couple of things, but that's not the worst thing in the world. And then we're going to outline it with the 6-lane highway, which is going to have the 6-lane tree-lined road, which is going to have to go somewhere between there and there. Hopefully that'll link in. It will. Okay, that's good. That's a good start. We started well, and then we're going to try and bring that from, I hope that'll line up there to there. Slope too steep. Okay. What if I build it from this side? This side, is the slope still too steep? It's not. Magic, imagine that. So that's just giving those guys a bit of a connection up to the area. And then for the other side, the way I'm going to kind of guide it is actually I'm going to make use of those train lines. We're going to use the transport hubs because one of them does trains and metro. That one. And I'm hoping if I can figure out which one does which. Presumably one will snap onto the train line and one won't. Yeah, my plan is to essentially connect up that into the top end and the bottom end, and we'll connect those up to the train lines, and hopefully that will give us an in and out. Can we get that connected up? I'm going to hope that's the right way around, and if it's not, we'll turn it, because if it's the wrong way around, things have gone very badly wrong from the start. That is the right way around. Okay, cool. So we're going to put one of those there, and we're going to put another one down the bottom end here, and maybe one in the middle actually, because it's quite a big area, although there is a passenger train station just here too that people could use. But let's not stress over that too much, because, you know, more connections is always good. So is being able to turn the building as you want it to be turned. Right, that one there. Should be fun. This area is going to be a little bit noisy, but we'll try and surround these parts of the area with shops. That's kind of my thinking. And we'll connect that one up to here, and then we'll use the train lines to plumb them in, because, you know, that would be the ideal for us. So we'll just do a little extension slash connection. I'm going to assume that is the train side, because the other side looks like a metro side. Let's try and curve that. Is that doing autosave? It is doing autosave. Okay. We'll try and curve that round into there, and then the other side, I'm just going to actually just bring it in with a straight road, a straight train line, because that should automatically curve. I say it should automatically curve. Of course, it hasn't automatically curved. That would be too easy. Is there a way here? There is a way here. Good. That should give us enough room to get that train in there. We'll add the water in a second. They'll get over that. This one likewise should just curve in there, and should just curve into this one here. Let's try and make it look at least a little bit nice. A little bit nice. That should be nice enough. And then again, we'll do it at the bottom train station as well, just to complete the set. I'm hoping this won't mess with the trains too much. If I split that line there, I don't think it will cause problems, but we'll find out in due course. So that's essentially the road layout we're going for in terms of the trains and whatnot. And then obviously we can come back to this 4-lane road here, and I should, if I just put it on a straight road there, be able to connect straight into him. We'll use the curving for this one, and we'll bring it to about there and in. Doesn't look the best work I've ever done, but you know, we'll make it work. And then this one I'm going to bring round into here, hopefully. There. We can still build up it towards the train line. That's not a massive issue. It just gives me a guide for where I want this area to kind of be. I'm going to try and bring that round there, and then back round here. There, we should be able to go pretty much there to there. Yeah, that'll work out for us. So we're going to kind of build in there. I'm going to go off camera now, and I'm going to start filling in roads, and then we can kind of watch this build in together, because that feels like the way forward. So stick with me and we'll go to that. So I filled it all in, and I say filled it all in, I've built all the roads. All the roads are now there, as you can see. We've got some railway stations. There are various metro stations around. There's a big metro loop. If you look at the metro, it should go underground. We've connected up to places like Briarwood Centre, which is around Cozy Heights and that kind of area, and again up here in Valley Square, so people can get into the other areas where there are other tubes, other metro stations. People can use the metro now to get around a little bit better, which is quite nice. That was English and good. And yeah, we've got schools and police and ambulance and hospitals and all sorts of stuff laid out. So now it's just a case of deciding where we're going to put these people, because there's a lot of people on it. In fact, before we do that, I just need to make sure we've got enough power. We have got enough power for the people for now. Good times. Okay. So what I was thinking was, in the areas around stations, you would want a fair amount of shops. The shops feel like the way forward there. Take care of our commercial need. So that's kind of this side of the highway is all going to be shops. I say the highway, this side of the little through road there, there's going to all be shops. And that should take care of some needs. People are already moving in, such as our need for shops. Yeah, I just want the shops to be near stations, because it just makes sense to me. Oh, an academic report for the year. We have gone up to renowned, which is good. We've created some academic works and things are looking all good. We've also won a sports trophy at American football from our new stadium. All very nice, very nice. Okay, back to the task at hand. Yeah, just surrounding these with shops. There is sort of a method to the madness here. Shops obviously don't care quite so much about the noise from the train station, and they help to dampen the noise to the houses that are around, which is something we're going to be quite keen on, because, you know, it would be nice if people weren't just hearing train stations all night when they're trying to sleep. I'm aware there's a fast way of doing this, but it's not quite as accurate when you've got weirdly curvy roads. If you've got a grid, it works perfectly well and does things very quickly, but not quite to the extent we need to do things here. So this should, like I said, this should more than cover our commercial needs. I would think this high density shopping area that we're putting in here, there's parks and stuff in here as well, which should help immensely. Weird feeling I put those train stations too close together, but you know, we'll see how that works out. We can always move one. That was part of the reason I had to start putting metro lines in, was because I realised that there was a lot of walking between various train stations, and I didn't necessarily want that. I actually also haven't connected up the train lines to the main hub yet, but that will be the next mission. Don't panic there. So that's this should fill out this area quite nicely, make that look good. So that's sort of part one. That takes care of all of our commercial need, or the vast majority of our commercial need for now, I would think. I don't think there's anywhere else. I was going to put in a commercial area. I guess maybe here, because there is a tube station there, we should put some extra commercial into there, just to keep people happy, because the underground stations, the metro stations, also produce noise, which I always forget about. I mean, it makes sense when you think about it, but also it doesn't make sense when you don't think about it. So we're going to put those there. I'm going to put offices around the outside, because offices will again help dampen the noise going into these sort of areas. Also, I think it just kind of looks nice. I'm not going to specify it as an IT cluster, this district, because I think it will mess aesthetically with the visual on this area. Plus, I'm probably going to start doing theme mapping and things soon. My key, like I said, was just kind of to get the people in, and then we can start beautifying things. Let's zoom in there so I can actually see the things I'm clicking on. Yeah, I also haven't connected this up directly to any highways yet, because I want to do that once people have moved in, just so I get a feel for how things are going to go. I'm also going to put a cars only connection into the oil area, I think, but that will come. I also just realised I don't think I've got any post offices down, which people might be wanting to use mail, which might be, you know, nice for them. Let me just deal with this first so I can take care of some of this sound from the highway. We're going to lose some of these trees, but we've discovered all these trees just catch fire. You can see they've grown back in now after the big old fire we had last episode. Missed a square of commercial there, that's not going to be ideal. Let's just throw that in there, throw that in there, in there. We'll just fill that gap in while I've spotted it, because otherwise I'll never spot it and I'll be wondering in 12 episodes time why there's a gap there, why people don't want to move in there. Let's just fill these all out nice and nicey. And that should work out pretty well, I think. I think this is kind of... this will take care of the industrial need we have for sure, which is fine, because I don't want to build any more specifically like yellow industrial areas. I'll use the yellow squares to fill in gaps in and around, but I don't want to, you know, I've got so much area laid out for commercial that I don't really need to. I think we're going to put low density housing in here rather than high density housing. I mean, I know I could probably use high density residential and fill things up, or in fact I might just, the ones that are away from train stations can be low density and the ones that are near them can be high density. That should be a nice old mix, now I think about it. So we'll just quickly fill those in. In fact, because this is taking ages to click all these squares, let me come back. So that's the whole area filled in, and hopefully we will start to see things growing in. In fact, I put it on pause so we could take it off pause and we could watch things start to appear together, and we'll see if that takes care of all of our needs. I suspect it's going to create other needs actually, because, you know, I'm very, very aware that they're going to need more power and more everything after doing this. In fact, whilst that's building in, whilst I remember, and I'm aware there's needs for things like graveyards. In fact, I haven't put any graveyards in this, now that I've just been reminded by that. What I did want to do is try and, hopefully that will go straight down here. Let's try to connect it into somewhere too close to a junction, otherwise I'm just going to give myself a world of hurt. Let's try and connect him into here. Will it go? It should go straight across that train line, because that train line is theoretically he says, below there. I'm sure it's below. Oh no, that was the one area, of course it was the one area where I've dropped the highway down to be at people level. That's fine, we can work with that. We will just go off here instead, why not? We'll just come straight out there, and if I can find somewhere that's not too junction-y, we'll throw that in there, why not? That gives people a way off of that highway into this area, and we'll give people a way back out of the area as well, which is going to be slightly trickier by the looks of things because I flattened all of that road out and I didn't think I had. But that's fine because we will just build out this way. Hopefully it will allow that. Will it allow it if I go straight across? Of course it won't, that would be too easy. That would always be too easy, wouldn't it? Let's try there. It's just that railway getting in the way, that's going to be the issue. Alright, well they can get onto the roundabout. In fact, I can, if I'm very creative, maybe give them a way on here. I think that's going to work. If I take it from there, upwards maybe? No, no. There's a way of doing this. It's going to be fine. In fact, I can do that. If I use the straight road here, and I go there and across, that should work. And then that I can bring into here, and that I can just connect up to here, which should work out fine. Thus making it worthwhile me putting that giant road in for no good reason. I knew it would pay off in the end. I knew that would pay off. I was just playing with you. That gives people a way onto the highway there and there and there. And actually I could probably give people a quick slip road to use to get onto the highway. We'll just come out of this junction here, it shouldn't make too much difference. We'll put it into there. And that should give them a way to get onto this highway, and then we can maybe connect it to this highway down here too, which would be good. I say it will be good. It's got to work first. It's got to work. Come on, something needs to work for me today. I've just realised actually now I've done that, this connection won't connect properly because I haven't turned those roads round. So I'm going out. Perfect. Right. Back to what we were doing, I'm trying to connect up to this highway going through here, which shouldn't be too difficult in theory, but we'll see how that goes. We don't want to connect too close to any of that. Maybe down here would be the ideal place to connect up, maybe just there to there, yep. And then we'll give people a way in down here as well, because that's probably going to be something they'll appreciate greatly. If we go from say there, round here, cut back in. We can cut back in on that junction, it won't get too busy. And then that should just give people a way to get into there using the highway, as well as being able to cross into the other part of the city, which should work out quite nicely as a combination. I think I like that. You see people are starting to move in. We've taken care of all our housing needs and not filled it up, which actually isn't too bad, because you know, that means I'm now sort of future-proofed a little bit. There is a need for industrial, but I think the offices I've got in here will take care of that too. Before I forget, actually, these train stations need to not allow intercity trains, otherwise they're just going to cause trouble. Intercity trains can get to the other station quite well, and actually now I've thought about it, I haven't connected these trains up, so we should probably do that too, otherwise that won't help at all. Let's get into the train lines. Train lines here, please. That one. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go sort of stop to stop to stop down here, I think, because that to there and back to there shouldn't be an issue. And then that to there and back to there shouldn't be a problem. Complete that line, and then from this one to this one to this one shouldn't be an issue. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them each a separate line off of here, just because I can at the moment. It won't be permanent, but it will have to happen at some stage, so we'll just do that. Back into that, I'll change the colours of these lines as well eventually. We want to go from that one, because pick a random one, to here. Did that take? It did take, right? And hopefully back up here, if I can remember which line it was I put that on. Is that saving? Why isn't that working? Let's go back to the start with that, right. Let's go from this line here, that should work, to was the second one, wasn't it? To the second station and back up again. I'm just trying to give people options. They don't necessarily need the options, but it will give them the options. That should hopefully connect up. Come on. Why aren't you connecting? Why don't you like me? Have I got too many lines on this station? Add the stop there. Come on. That'll do. We'll just do that. And we'll say we had a plan. It should work out. It should work out okay. Let's just have a quick check of the traffic before we wrap things up. Because, oh, Jesus. Alright. I don't know if I'm glad I did that or not now. Let's see where this traffic's going. Let's see if we can unravel this. That's going through that. I think what I've done there is I've not set these lanes up properly. But I know what I've done there is not set these lanes up properly. Let's just very quickly use Traffic Manager. This is Traffic Manager. I'm on 11.3 at the moment. In fact, that is set up properly there. So all that wants to get in here is the farm area. It's because I put all that new industry stuff in. Everyone wants to get into the farm area. Okay, I can make this work. I can make this work, I think. We're probably going to lose a couple of things temporarily, but I'll make this work. If I put in fact, that should be a 2-lane road already. I know what I've done there. I know how I've made that a mess. I figured it out. If we put a 2-lane road through here instead of the 2-lane one-way road. Oh no! Now I've said it. I've messed it all up. I've messed it all up. This is all going to be bad. Okay, let's see if there's a way I can do this using Traffic Manager. Because I feel like maybe a timed traffic light here would work. We'll try a timed traffic light in there. That will either work or it won't. That should be set up perfectly. And then we'll do the same in here too. Another timed traffic light. Set that up. Problem solved. And hopefully that will see that clear up there, which is part of the issue. I mean, there is an argument for me saying that if I just turn that round into a one-way road going that way, that will solve that issue, but it probably won't. I say it probably won't. Do you know what, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try that and see if that helps at all, because that could be the solution. It could not be the solution as well. Either is possible. I've certainly messed up worse than this. Let's go that way, that one, that one. Can I upgrade to this type? Can I upgrade to this type? That type I can, okay. So we go that way, that way, that way, that way. In fact, it said I can't upgrade to that type because I already had that type down. I've been filtering people the wrong way, people. Filtering people the wrong way this whole time. Okay. Let's just turn that around. Turn that around, make people come through the middle. We should really get a lot of this traffic around here. Maybe that's the problem taken care of. Maybe it's turn that around. That might work. That might solve some of that traffic issue because they'll just be coming in and out of there. Which should be the answer because people can still get round and rejoin there. Let's let that ruminate a little while, let that think about all of its problems. Very aware actually that to make that work as a system, I am going to have to say no lane switching here, because if I don't, it's just going to cause extra problems, I think. In fact, there is no node there. There's no node to make that work. Let's just let that think for a second. I'll come back to that because I'm sure there's a solution that I haven't found yet that will make that work. What do we do? What's going on here? Is this just people trying to join from here? It looks like it. It looks like people just trying to join from here who just have nowhere to go. They're all trying to get off here. These guys are trying to get back. One second. Let's see what the traffic routes are saying. Let's use the traffic routes tool. We will click on this road here. It's going to be industrial traffic above all else anyway, I think. We'll turn off private vehicles. It is just pretty much trucks because that didn't do anything at all, did it? That's the old Okay, so they're going up here, and a lot of them are coming back round and trying to get down here, which means I mean, I gave them a way to get from there to there. Did I not give them a way to get from here on to... I don't think I did, you know. I did give them a way out. I gave them this way out. What have I done wrong? Alright, let's have a look. This should... If I use the speed tool here, road speed tool, and I put a 90-mile-an-hour limit on these roads here, does that fix anything? Does that achieve that? On this road here as well, there's an underground road. That might help actually, having that faster. Does that make people more inclined to use it? Because you'd think if they're going up there and back, because they surely can't be going up here, round and then down. That would be stupid, wouldn't it? They're going up here, down, round. And they are coming up through this road, going around here and back through here, which doesn't make any sense. Where do you want to go to once you've come through here? Because you can't surely be dropping off anywhere here. There's people going around there and coming back out. I'm so confused. I understand people wanting to get round here and go up here. I understand people want to go... I know how to fix that. I think I've just found a solution. It takes a second, it does take a second, but I think I found the solution to this problem. I think what we need to do here is take a little tiny road, and we're going to effectively create a node here. It's gonna lose a building, but if we create a node there and then we delete that, it should be fine. Delete that, please. No, that one. There we go. Right. That should, hopefully, we should be able to see the nodes now. That should give us an option for people to not have to go all the way round and round and round to get through to here, because they should just be able to switch out, which would be the ideal. But the first thing I do is make that work there, because that's not filtering well at all. So if I tell people to filter from there into here, and we tell people going from here to go into here and into here, that should handle that. This one here, it should already be set up, but just in case, we will tell people they can use that one to get into there and there, and that one to get into there and there. And they have a place where they can switch, so hopefully that will start moving. You can tell the computer is struggling, by the way, because I've got it in 3 times speed and it's barely going faster than it normally would. Will that start helping people out a little bit? You'd hope it would. You'd hope that would be a solution to the problem. But we'll find out very shortly, I'm sure. Because nobody should need to go down here to get back up here. And I don't know why this is backing up here. Let's just see if we can fix this back up here. It's backing up because people are lane switching there, which we can probably solve with the lane tool here. I already tried to solve it with the lane tool. Okay, we'll see how that goes down. It may well work itself out. It may well, just because most of that blockage was people trying to get onto here to go back up and come back around. But if we can eliminate the need for them to do that, I think that might solve the problem. I think, because now people can switch here, which means they can make the change. That makes the prisoners there. That makes the change to get them up into here. Were there no nodes here? Was there not a node somewhere down here that should have been able to take care of that? You'd think there must be. Give me that one so I can see the node. There is a node there. don't understand. I don't understand. It should be as simple as you coming off the highway that way. If you need, then you follow the road round from wherever you need to go, and you come back on here or here to get you into this area. I understand some people will need to go up here and round to get there. I get that. That makes sense to me because that was sort of how I planned it. But what doesn't make any sense to me is why you'd come out of here and come back round. That's very confusing. That is very confusing. I don't fully understand why that's a thing. These traffic lights may not be helping either. But well, in fact they're probably not helping at this point. These traffic lights can certainly come out. Let's remove that. Let's take those time traffic lights out. That should help there. Remove please. Remove time traffic light, right. That should help there. If I make this a priority road, that should help too. And then hopefully that will be the answer, because that should solve a lot of this problem with people coming. I'm probably going to struggle to get out of there, if I'm honest. But again, another bridge we can cross when we come to it. How is the traffic at this end? Oh, that's a mess too. See, this is what happens when you do a build and you don't pay attention to things like how your traffic is going to filter out, because actually that could probably do with being 3 lanes down there, to be perfectly honest, but it's a bit late now. So if I give people there and that one, literally foot of people there and there, and this one, if this filters people round the end of this junction, hopefully that will solve that problem, because it seems like a lot of the mess starts here. Let's come out of that. Oh yeah, it feels like a lot of the mess starts there. So maybe that's going to be the answer. If that starts letting people out, this starts letting people through. People need to switch back, they can switch back, that's not a problem. I had this tidied last night. I could easily spend 4 hours tidying this up, because I have. And now it's just all sort of a mess, and now it's auto saving just to make my life easier. Yeah. I think it'll be fine once this works its way through. I think once all this goes through and makes itself slightly better, I think it'll work itself out. I think I'm just going to let that run. We'll see if there's any other hotspots we can actually deal with, because that's taking our traffic flow right down. It's also hurting here, which that should be set up because I've used vanilla mode, lame mathematics. That should be there. It's all just struggling because of this stuff coming out of the cloverleaf trying to get into here, which is kind of the issue. So we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that off camera, I think, and I'll try and see if there's anything else I can solve whilst I'm here. This looks traffic lighty. Is there a traffic light in there? Because I don't want a traffic light in there. There is. There shouldn't be a traffic light there. That's going to cause problems all day long. Come on, off. Why is that a time traffic light? Is that what I'm about to discover? Am I about to discover I put a time traffic light in there for no good reason? I have. For no good reason at all, I've put a time traffic light in there. So we'll remove that, because I'm sure I put it there for a reason, but right now that reason's not helping, it's hindering. So we'll do that. That should solve that little problem there. That's okay. And then, what are we at traffic-wise here? Traffic-wise here, it's just going to be people filtering badly. But that shouldn't be a big issue, I don't think. If necessary, I can just solve that problem, but we'll keep an eye on that. Anything else? There's a train jam here, which we probably don't want. It could just be busy. There's a lot of trains going into and out of that station. Nothing around here. This is predictably busy, but it's not dramatically so. This is busy because people are trying to get back out here. I think that'll work. I think that'll be fine. We'll get that traffic flow back up. I think it's literally just this area here that's a problem. I think this roundabout here is just busy, it's not blocked. These ones are just busy but not blocked. This junction here is a pain, but I'll come back to it. Do you know what, I think that's going to be a good place to leave the episode, guys. I think that's probably the best we can do while we're on camera without this episode going to 109 hours long. Let's go back up to page up, please. Can I see my city? Thank you. Yeah, I think that's the best we can do. We've built a whole new area, so that's a good start. And now we've just got demand for industrial, which is sort of comes back to this area here, doesn't it? Building up our industry areas here. I mean, Linden Oil Well is almost there, so maybe next episode we will find it. In fact, it's just waiting for more workers. It just needs people to be able to work there, which hopefully this area should take care of, which might be fine. That's fine. Right. Thank you for watching, guys. Until next time. I'm sorry this has gone like 40 odd minutes, isn't it? Until next time, I've been Chasing Lamely, but thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.